Hey guys, I'm not feeling very well, so I'm in bed, and I decided to do a video on bad experiences with teachers that I had going to school, and some are in high school and some are in primary school. A bit of background information: I moved around a lot when I was in primary school. I went to the same high school the whole time, but I moved around a lot when I went to primary school. So I had a lot of different teachers and a lot of different experiences. I'm going to share the ones that I remember from my memory as best as I can. And a lot of the things that happened as well, I don't think it would be okay if they happened now. Like, I think that a lot of people would get in trouble for what they did. This teacher in primary school, and I remember he used to do magic. There was a teacher called Mrs. Meneses, and she was like an older lady, and she was really, really nice. Mr. Meneses was her husband, and he would do magic tricks for the class. And that was kind of cool, except for, I remember he did something once that was really, really mean to me, and I never forget it. And I remember everyone would be like,
I remember Mr. Meneses, he used to do like magic.
and I was like, yeah, he's a dick. What happened is I was in class and we were learning running writing, cursive. We had L's or E's, I'm pretty sure they were E's actually. We had to do it and it would have like a thing across, and then you would do E and you connect it on and you connect it on and you connect it on. Anyway, I was a very good child. I was very quiet. I minded my own business. Because I have ADD, I used to zone out a little bit, and I would draw and things like that in class. But I wasn't a bad kid. I was very, very good. Anyway, I was doing the E's and I was getting a little bit carried away, and I was like, I'll just draw it for an example. I was like, da 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 da, like E, E, E. It was really freaking big. And he came up and he was just walking quietly past everyone's desks. And he came up to me and he was just like,
"What are you doing? Why are you making such a mess of the page?"
And just started carrying on in front of all these kids. And I think I was only six at the time, or 7. I don't know, I wasn't very old. But yeah, Mr. Meneses, you're a dick. Yeah. And the next experience was a music teacher, which my older brothers, twin brothers, they didn't like him either. His name was Mr. Sore, and I remember they used to call him Mr. Sore Balls. They were little shits. I wasn't naughty. Like I said, I was a good kid. I remember we were all in class and we were all singing something. I don't know what it was, Advance Australia Fair. I think it was the national anthem, but I can't remember. It was just some song. But it was one of those songs in music class where you have to all sing together. And I don't know, I was just singing. And he stopped the class and then he looks at me and he says,
You don't open your mouth enough. You're like this. And everyone else is like this. You need to open your mouth more.
And he, I was really shy and, really, I don't like confrontation. So, him saying this in front of all the class and telling me off in front of everyone, I was so anxious and I was, on the verge of tears. And, I've always done this. You can tell when I talk in my videos, I don't open my mouth very much. I think I was very self-conscious. I have a gap in my teeth and they were very big, and I don't know, I just don't open my mouth that much when I talk. It's not a good habit, but I do it. But yeah, he pointed it out, and I just remember, still being mortified. I still think about that, and I'm like, it was really embarrassing. Also, forgive my puffy eyes. I know I keep having puffy eyes in videos, but this one, it's only just healing. It's freaking... I had allergies, and I looked like an actual potato the other day because my eye was out here. It was really sore and really, really big. I don't know what I was allergic to. I just started sneezing heaps and heaps, and see, even now I'm scratching my nose and I hate doing it, but I just do it all the time. Oh yeah, another experience that happened when I moved to Queensland, there was a teacher called, I think it was Miss Swain, but I can't remember because that was another teacher as well called, started with an S. But I remember it started with an S, and she was really, she was known for being a bitch, and I think she was my 3rd grade teacher. And she had a daughter in the class. And when I think of this story, I always think, wow, this bitch would have gotten so much trouble if, she'd done this in today's day and age. Her daughter was pretty popular, like, she didn't really, like, tell her off much, but I remember one day she was, like, doing something, and the teacher didn't like it, and she just started smacking her, like, in front of the class, like, she just started whacking her, like, giving her, like, telling her off and giving her a smack, and I was like, whoa, like, I still remember that to this day, like, whoa, it's pretty crazy. Yeah. I know her daughter's name was Stephanie. I don't remember her name, but I remember her daughter's name was Stephanie, and she had, like, kind of straight hair, and she was kind of bitchy. Like, I remember playing with her a couple of times, but, like, I don't know, I still felt sorry for her that day. Like, she got smacked in front of the class. Like, it's pretty bad. Like, your mum's the teacher and she smacks you in front of the class. Like, I'm not even exaggerating, too. This actually happened. Like, this is weird. Oh, yeah, the other experiences I had were in high school. One was Miss Vickery, and I think a lot of people remember this in my school. It was really embarrassing. I was in computer class, and we had a teacher called Miss Gan, and she was this little Chinese woman, and she was really, like, she was okay. Like, she was a bit grumpy sometimes, but she was okay. I had a lot of operations happen when I was, like, in high school. Like, I had my eye fixed, like, it's a lazy eye. I'll talk about that in another video. It's really not that important right now. I had a lot of dental work. I just had lots of things going on. I had my adenoids taken out. I had a lot of things going on. But one of the things that I had was a frenectomy. And that is where, see between your teeth when you have a gap and there's a bit of skin, like, see that piece of skin there? Oh god, I just put a shadow in it. That piece of skin there, mine connected, like, to there, so it was a lot lower. Initially, like, my orthodontist, I went through braces, I went through practice braces, I went through, like, that headgear that Lisa Simpson has, like, that massive one. I had, like, that kind of thing going on. It was awful. I had, like, so many things to fix my teeth because of this gap. It's pretty big now, but it's not that bad. I had lots of work on it. Anyway, I had a frenectomy is where they cut it back. They cut it back further, like, to try and solve the gap. It didn't really do much, to be honest, but yeah, anyway. I had, like, a puffy thing out here. I had stitches, and I looked like my dad, when I came out of hospital, my dad said,
You look like one of the monkeys from Planet of the Apes.
because I had this big, like, lip thing. I did look like one of the monkeys from Planet of the Apes. I was away for, like, 2 weeks, I think. I wasn't away for that long, because it wasn't, like, super external. Like, my eye one, I think I had, like, a month off, because that was intense. And even then, I went back with, like, to school with red eyes, and it was pretty fucked. The frenectomy didn't take that long off school, but, like, by the time I'd had off school, we had a new teacher. Her name was Miss Vickery, and she was like,
That assignment's due today. I hope everyone has it.
and she was, like, evil. Like, she was, like, any movie you watch where there's, like, an evil teacher, like, a Trunchbull type, like, she was like that. Like, she was mean, really, really mean lady. And I was just like, who is this bitch? Like, oh my god. Because I didn't know her. Like, I'd only had Miss Gan. And I'd come back and I was like, oh my god. Like, I was really terrified of her. I told you, like, I don't like confrontation. So she's, like, rounding up the students that haven't finished this assignment. And, like, I think I was the only one. Because, like, everyone was really fucking scared of her. So she's like,
I need to speak to you outside.
and, like, everyone's like, ooh, and they all went back to computer, like, they're all, like, just doing their thing outside, like, inside, and I think they're all listening, because a lot of people, like, holy shit, I heard you scream, because what happened next was pretty heated up and pretty messed up, but I was trying to explain to her, like, and I was like a mouse, like, I was so scared, I was like, I didn't finish the assignment, because, I wasn't hearing, like, my voice was shaking, and I didn't know what to say, and she was just like,
Why didn't you finish it?
blah, 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 and just being, like, overly aggressive, and, really, really scary, and she just wouldn't let me finish. She was just really scary and nasty, and I was like, and then I started to cry, and then she was like, don't cry, like, she started being, like, arcing up more, and then she said something, and she reached towards me, and I was like, I don't know what happened, but I started screaming and crying, and I was just like,
Don't fucking touch me!
like, I just screamed out so loud, and, I ran off, and then I went to I think the school nurse came and got me, and then, like, I was sitting in the thing, and she came back, and she was like,
I didn't know that you had time off, you know.
like, Miss Vickery had come to see me, and I was like, yeah, I was trying to tell you, and she's like,
Yes, well, you should have told me instead of getting upset at me.
And like, I don't know, she was just being all bitchy. And then she made me apologize to her. Like, she didn't do it in a horrible way, but she was like,
so can I have an apology?
and I felt like just being like, no, fuck you. Like, you wouldn't let me explain. But like, I said like, yeah, sorry. And then everything kind of went back to normal with her. But like, she was a bitch. Miss Vickery, nasty lady. And then so many people were asking about it. My friends were like,
Did she hit you? Like, we heard you say, don't touch me, and like, you ran off. Like, we could hear it outside the classroom. Like, literally everyone in the classroom's down the hall.
hit you. I was like, oh god. But yeah, that was traumatizing. I don't know. I didn't like school. It was awful. Oh yeah, so I just remembered another time. There was another teacher, and I think she started with an S too, but she was in high school. And it was like one of the first days in class, and she was American, and she was like a fat lady, and she had glasses, and she kind of looked like Peter Griffin, but like, I don't know, but she had an American accent, and I remember I was like, okay. Anyway, she asked me and a girl called Kim to go get a box of like school books from another room. Like, our school was quite old, and she told me to go get these school books, and it was in this big tub, and she goes,
I want 24.
or I can't remember how many she said, like, it was the number of the class, and they were like, sure, and like, me and Kim went off and got these books, and pretty sure we got 24, like, we got the number that she wanted, and we came back, and she was like, oh,
Are there 24 in there?
and we're like, yeah, pretty sure, and she's like,
What do you mean pretty sure? Did you get 24 or did you not get 24?
and we're just like, we're pretty sure we did, and she just like started screaming at us in front of the entire class and like belittling us, and just like, I was like, fuck, like, I was just so, again, traumatized by that. And I don't know what her deal was, because like I said, I was a quiet kid, like, I wasn't fucking like, like, I had tantrums before, like, when this girl threw it, like, she was throwing paper at me, and I was like, can you please not do that? And then she just kept doing it, and then, like, I was like, I said, can you please stop doing that? She like that little paper, like, not spitballs, but little paper balls, and she did it one last time, and I was like,
I told you not to fucking do that.
and then I like pushed my desk over and walked out of the class, and I ended up walking to the shops, like, down the road, like the shopping center, and she got detention. I didn't get detention, so fuck you. Nah, the history teacher was pretty cool. I think he like realized that I was just quiet and being picked on, and he was just like, fuck, like, that girl needs detention. So she got detention. And there's another one that I forgot from primary school, year 7, and his name was Mr. Stockley, and I hated him because he was really, really mean to one particular girl in my class who I ended up being friends with. Like, her name was Aggie, and she was like Agnieszka, and she was like this Polish girl, and she was really cool, and like, well, she was really, like, everyone thought she was weird and didn't like her, but she was good at piano, and I thought she was cool. I thought she was a nice girl. But he used to like bitch about her to the class, or like he'd put her down in front of the class. It was really weird. But I remember when I moved to that class, like, I moved a lot around in primary school, and I had friends, and then I would lose friends, and then I would move, and it was really, really horrible. But I was really angry because I was 12, and I was getting to that age where, like, you just don't accept change. Like, I would cry anyway every time I moved schools, but like, I was fucking mad. I was like, nah, I don't care. I'm gonna go to this school, and I'm not gonna make friends with anyone. Like, I'm gonna be a loner, and I hate it. And like, I'm not gonna make friends. Like, I was like, just, nah, I'm not gonna do it. And like, he tried to get these girls to be friends with me. Like, they ended up being the popular girls when I moved to high school, funnily enough. They were just like, oh, she's so cute. Like, when they met me, and I don't know, I was not cute. Like, I had glasses, I was really ugly, and they were trying to be nice, but then I found out through Agnieszka and like some other people that I talked to later on, and when I actually made kind of friends, like, including this girl called Chanel, and she was cool, but she was funny, but she used to always like say I smelled bad, and I was like, I would like wash my like, I'd have 2 showers a day. Like, my mum cleaned my uniform every day, but she would say I smell anyway. She was really weird, but anyway, and I wore deodorant, so I don't know what your deal is, Chanel. I don't smell. Okay, Chanel, I don't smell. Anyway. Yeah, like, Mr. Stockley, I found out that he'd had a pep talk to the class, like,
Aziza doesn't make friends. She's being alone. We observe her at lunchtime, and she just like sits there, and, you know, I think you need to make a more proactive effort to make friends with her. And
that wasn't really like a horrible experience with the teacher, but like to find out later that the teacher like basically was like, I pity this student, like be friends with their guys. Like, I don't know, I found it really like demeaning. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it was like, oh yeah, people are trying to be friends with me, but only because the teacher said, like, I don't know, I just think it was really annoying. And another instance I remember from the same year, same school, year 7, was this horrible fucking teacher called Mr. Friday. And I didn't realise, well, I think it was Fridays, we were meant to wear a sports uniform. Or shorts, like you weren't meant to wear pants, you had to wear shorts because that was the day that we did sports. This again was like the whole fucking school in the assembly area. And my sister, like she knew, but I didn't fucking know about this, but she knew, she didn't tell me, and I rocked up to school wearing long pants, and then Mr. Friday said,
Right, who has come into class wearing long pants? Stand up.
and then like we all stood up, and there was like a couple of us, not many, and the whole school was watching us, and then they were like, he's just like, right, why are you not wearing like shorts? You know, today is sports day, you're meant to wear shorts. Blah blah blah. And he was a big man, like he had a big voice. He was very angry. He was grumpy. No one liked Mr. Friday. Mr. Homer was alright, but Mr. Friday was horrible. And then yeah, like I got so mad because I got like screamed at in front of like most of the school, and I remember going home and like I pushed my sister into a wall and I was like, why didn't you fucking tell me? And I got so mad. But yeah, this whole idea for this video came about because I was watching Karuna Satori ASMR, and she's like one of my favorite ASMR artists because she's funny. Hey, like you watch her videos and she's good at ASMR. Like I watch them to go to sleep, but she's funny and I can relate a lot to her. Like I think she's really cool. And she was talking about, like, she did a role play one where she's your teacher, and I just remember thinking like, damn, I wish you were my primary school teacher because I had some asshole ones. And then because I was like in bed sick and tired, I was like, hey, why not make a video about the crappy teachers that you had and stuff like that. So that was the purpose of this video. Hopefully I'll make a video soon where I'm a little bit more prepared. I'm not just like looking like crap in bed, but like I said, I haven't been very well, and I want to make more videos. I want to be more proactive. I want to make art videos. I want to do like more stuff, and I will. Anyway, I will see you next time, and thank you for watching, and see you later, guys. Oh, also, one more thing. I remember when I was in year 1, one of my teachers gave me a red beret, and I got yelled at by another teacher to take it off and stop wearing it in the class. The end.